Hello. I had this really beautiful experience of connection with a stranger that I want to share with you. So, my partner and I, we were away, and my partner took me to this beautiful, beautiful place that was just absolutely gorgeous. There was mountains, there was water, there was lots of trees. It was just really serene and beautiful. And there were many of these memorial plaques all over the wall where if someone had passed, they had their name on that memorial plaque. And there was this particular man that I noticed, really young man, and he had just put one flower in one of the memorial plaques. And I could just feel the sadness within him. And I was drawn to talk to him. So I said to him, who's that for? Who's who's that person that you've just put a flower in their memorial plaque? And he said, it's my brother, Hayden. I said, I'm so sorry to hear. How old was Hayden when he passed? And he said he was only 31 and he passed last December. So I said, tell me more. What actually happened? And he said that his brother had been through a massive accident where he was crushed by a truck. And he suffered. He was in a wheelchair. He was bedridden. And everything that they had done together as brothers, because this particular person's name was Rowan, and he was 27, so Hayden was his older brother, that everything they had done together was basically just disappeared in a flash. They worked together, they partied together, they fished together, they did everything together. And I was just deeply touched by the pain that this young man was experiencing. I have a 30-year-old son, and I can't imagine the grief that this family is experiencing. And while he was talking to me, I really, really wanted to reach out and hug him. That's what I really wanted to do. But there was some program inside me that went, you can't just reach out and hug a complete stranger. You can listen to his story, and that's all you can really do. You can't reach out and hug a stranger just like that. And so I said to him, how are you? And he said, it is what it is. I'm okay. It is what it is. I'm okay. But I could see the pain that he was carrying inside his body. And then he went his way and we went our way. And I said to my partner, Christian, I said, I really regret I didn't hug him. I really feel like he needed a hug. And then as we were going down the boardwalk, I saw him coming back up the boardwalk. And I stopped and I said to him, Rowan, I really have this calling to give you a hug. And I hugged him and he just hung on. He squeezed so tight that I knew that every part of me was playing out what needed to be playing out that moment. I knew that he needed that hug. He really needed that hug. And I had a need to give it to him. And it's so interesting that we have these programs that go on in our head, like saying, well, that's inappropriate. He's a stranger. You can't just give a really big, tight hug to a stranger. But you can. And I really believe that that whole expedition, in terms of visiting that location at exactly that time, was so that I could give a hug to Rowan. I really, really, really believe that. And we have all these opportunities that just pass us by because we become conscious of being misunderstood or rejected or whatever, because of all the rules that we have in society as to what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. It's always appropriate to smile to people. It's always appropriate to connect to people. And of course, you need to use your intuition in terms of how close you get. People will tell you, and that you'll feel it when that they're not ready for a hug. I had another situation where a young lady was struggling as I was going for my walk, and she was crying on the grass. And I went and spoke to her and sat with her. And she really resisted the connection with me. She really didn't want anybody around her. But I saw how alone and how desperate she was. And so I just sat there and just sat there with her, but didn't get too close because she told me not to get too close. And I feel like just being in that space where she knew there was someone who was thinking of her, someone who was feeling with her, and someone who was there for her made a difference. And I could feel that her sobs started to get less and less and less and less, and she calmed down. And she had a different sort of energy about her by the time we parted. And so we need to start reaching out to people. We need to start being there for people. We need to get involved instead of thinking that it's none of our business. Like, if people are in pain, why aren't we reaching out? Why are we just walking past? Why are we not there to give them our love? Wouldn't you want that for your child if your child was somewhere and crying on their own and sitting on some grass and bawling their eyes out and in a lot of pain? Wouldn't you want a stranger to come out and give them some kindness and some relief? So this message really is about connection. There's nothing as important as connection. We need to connect. This is why we're here on this planet together. We're not supposed to be meditating 24/7 on our own. It's all about how we grow when we're in the company of others, how we react to others, how we can assist others without wanting something back, without wanting anything back. If this video resonates with you, I would really appreciate some comments and your thoughts on this as well. And if you don't have the same opinion as I do, that you would rather keep to yourself, that's okay. But my invitation to you is to go in deep and to find out, what is that really about? Why are you not prepared to be there for someone else? And that someone else might be someone that you don't know. It might be somebody not in your family or in your friendship group. Even a smile makes all the difference in the world. Making the effort of smiling at everyone. Try that one when you go for your walks. Just lift your head up and smile. And notice how you feel when you are connecting in that way with other people. My name is Eleni, and my mission is to help you connect with the truth of who you really are, which is a beautiful being of light that is here to make a difference on planet Earth. Thanks for listening. Love you very much.